graphing from word problems, it actually is not as bad as it looks. So let's go ahead and get started with number 1. Samantha's ride to school is 4 minutes more than 2/3 Tom's travel time. Which graph shows the possible times of Samantha and Tom's ride to school? Okay, the first thing I want you to do is write the y equals rule. So write on your paper y equals. It says Samantha's ride to school is 4 minutes. So I'm going to put a 4. More than, what symbol do you think I'm going to put for more than? Plus 2/3 Tom. We're going to use the letter X for Tom. So that's our rule. Y equals 4 plus 2/3 X. We're using an X for Tom's. Okay, now we need to see which graph matches that. 4 is my starting value. 4 is my starting value. Remember? Remember that is the y-intercept. So we're looking at the y. We're looking at the y, and we're making sure that 4 is on the y. So if you look at A, is 4 on the y? Yes. What about B? No. What about C? No. Okay. So we're down to A and D. Next, we have to test the slope. The slope is 2/3. That means to start here and go up 2 over 3. Does A work?
Yes. D.
Up 2 over 3. A does not work. For D, I go up 2 over 3, and it does work. So D is my answer. D is my answer. Number 2, Bailey's walk to school is 10 minutes less than 3/2 Alex's walk time. Which graph illustrates this? Okay, this one is tricky, so let me kind of explain this. If I tell you, what is 10 less than 100? What's the answer to that? What's 10 less than 100? In your head, you just did 100 minus 10. That's what you just did in your head. In your head, you switched it around. So less than, we're going to have to switch it around, which I know is weird. All right, so we're going to put y equals. Instead of putting the 10 first, we're going to put the other number first. We're going to put 3 over 2. And it says 3 over 2 of Alex. So what do I need to put next to 3 over 2? X. For less than, we're going to put a minus and then a 10. So we had to switch them around because that's what less than means to do. And you know to do that, you automatically do it in your head without even thinking about it. Okay. Here, my starting value is negative 10. My starting value is negative 10. Let's look at A. Does this start at negative 10? Does this start at negative 10? What's this? That's positive 10. So that does not work. That does not work. I'm going to jump over here to C. Does that start at negative 10? Look, guys, I need to start at negative 10. All right. On this one, if you keep drawing the line, is it possible that it starts at negative 10?
Yes.
It's possible. Same thing for this one. If I keep drawing the line, it's possible it starts at negative 10. So B and D could both start at negative 10. Okay, so let's test the slope. The slope is 3 over 2. So let me just pick a point. Well, I guess I'll do this one. Let me pick a point. So here's a point. I need to go how? Up 3 and over 2. Does that one work? All right, let's double check this one. I can't start at the bottom because that's not at a cross. All right, so I'm going to start here, up 3 over 2. Does that one work? So that one's D as well. Okay, the next one, number 3. Christy's ride to school is 3 minutes more than 1/2 Brienne's travel time. Which graph shows the possible times of Christy and Brienne's ride to school? Okay. Because the starting value is -10, so if you extend the line, it goes down to the negatives. And then you pick a point and it goes up 3 and over 2. Okay, number 3, I already read it. Monica, what would be my y equals for this one? What else? X. Okay, guys, if I write it, you should write it. Y equals 3 plus 1/2 x. Jacob Shelton, which one's my starting value? The 3, and that's also known as the y-intercept. Tamara, tell me 2 graphs I can mark out that are not correct. What other one doesn't? And B. Neither of those start at 3. These 2 start at 3, so they both start at 3. Okay? Ethan G, now what do I have to test? The slope. So if I start here, Gracie, how would I need to go? How would you do 1/2? What would you do? You would go 1 and over 2. So that one is A. That one's A. Okay. All right, number 4, Abel makes birdhouses. On the morning of January 1st, he had 8 birdhouses left from last year. He makes 2 birdhouses per day beginning on January 1st. Okay, turn your page. Sorry. Turn your page. Yeah, but it's not in order, Dylan. Okay. Abel makes birdhouses. Which graph shows how many birdhouses he has in terms of the day of the month in January? Okay. Daniel, help me write a y equals for this one.
Y equals 8.
Very good. Why did you put 2x? Good. Per day. So that's why x went with the 2. Okay? Good. Blake, which one of those is my starting value? The 8 or the 2? So that is my starting value. So if I look at F, that starts at 8. If I jump over here, that one starts at 8. This one starts at 0, so I can mark that one out. And J also starts at 0, so I can mark that one out. Both of these start at 8. Now I'll look at the slope. The slope is 2 over 1. Don't forget to make it a fraction. And it's positive, so I would go up 2 and over 1. It's positive, so it needs to be going up. Yeah, we are right now. I got them backwards up here. All right, so now we're back to the other one. The original value of a computer is $4,000. It decreases in value at a rate of 500 per year. Which graph shows the value of the computer as a function of its age in years? We're going back to the one we skipped. Okay, Blake, help me write a y equals for this one.
Y equals 4,500.
Perfect. Allison, why did he put a minus? Because it decreases. Tamara, why did he put 500x? Per year. 500 per year. Okay. All right. Let me have Monica. What answer can you automatically mark out? One that definitely doesn't work. H. Why? Because it's going up. It's going up. We need it to go down. Okay. All right, guys. This one is a little tricky. I need to make this a fraction. So what do I put underneath it? A 1. How much is each one of these blocks? Just one block. 500. So this one's a little weird. So you need to go down a block and over a block. So down a block, over a block. Which one is the best one for down a block and over a block? G, this one. So each one of these blocks is worth 500. That's why I only had to go down a block. Okay, now we're on the maid one. Okay, a maid service charges $10 per hour plus a base charge of 20. Which graph shows the relationship between the number of hours and the amount charged? Andrea, help me with my y equals. You got it. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. 10 per hour. You could also have y equals 10x plus 20. That's the same thing. You could have it written either way. Dylan, which one of those is my starting value, the 20 or the 10? My starting value is 20. I know it's kind of hard to see on your paper, but each block is worth 10. Each one of these blocks is worth 10. Okay. Okay, so if you look at A, where is A starting? At 10. I needed to start at 20. So you can mark out A. Let me jump over to B. This one is actually starting at 20 because each block is worth 10. So this one does start at 20. All right, again, I know these are really hard to see, but this one doesn't start at 20. Very good. Starting at 15. And then this one is starting at 20. Both of those are starting at 20. Okay? All right, Chad, what's my slope on this one? So I put a 1 underneath it. So I need to go up 10, which is just a block. A block is worth 10. So I go up 10 and over 1. Up 10 and over 1. The answer is B. Up 10 and over 1. All right, number 7. The oil reservoir in my car has a leak. The reservoir can hold 5 quarts of oil, but it loses half a quart each day. Jacob Shelton, help me with my y equals. Perfect. 5 minus 1/2 x. Gracie, why was it minus? Tamara, why was it minus? Huh? Negative. But why? It loses the oil, so that's taking away. That's taken away. Haley, which one of those is my starting value? 5. Okay, my starting value is 5. So I go to the 5 on the y. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and put a point. Put a point at 5. Okay. All right, from here, Ethan G, where do I go from there? Down 1. Perfect. Down 1 over 2. And yes, I know I messed that up. Okay, number 8. The graph shows the level of water in a lake. Which description shows the relationship between the amount of water in a lake and the time that has elapsed since the data began to be recorded? Okay, Jacob Sheldon, what's one thing that jumps out at you about this line? It's going down. Does everybody agree with that? It's going down. Does anyone know an answer choice that I can mark out? A, why? Because it says increasing, so we can mark out A. Allison? Yep, C also says increasing. So I can narrow it down to a 50-50 chance without doing hardly any work. So that's pretty good. I can narrow it down to 2 choices just by noticing it's decreasing. Both of these say it begins at 20. Both of them say it begins at 20. Is that true? Does the line start at 20? Okay. This one says it decreases by 2. This one says it decreases by 1/2. Okay, so let's pick 2 points. Yes, yes. Okay. On first glance, it looks like you just go down 1 and over 1. That's what it looks like on first glance. But how much is it from 20 to 18? How much is it from 20 to 18? 2. So it's really going down 2. It's going down 2. Do you see why? Okay. All right, number 9. Megan is selling chocolate bars to raise money for a field trip. She makes 75 cents per chocolate bar, but she paid $6 for the entire box. Write a function rule showing her profit. Okay, guys, this one you're going to have to use common sense on. You have to use common sense. What is profit? Yeah, the money you get. The money you get. So how's Megan getting money? She's selling candy bars for how much? Okay, so the way she's getting money is by selling them for 75 cents. What do I need to put with that? X. So, profit is the money you get. She's getting the money by selling them for 75 cents. Now, what else does Megan have to consider when she's trying to make money? She paid $6. Now, am I going to add that money to her profit, or does it take away from her profit? It takes away from her profit. It takes away from her profit. What? You could have -6 plus 0.75x, but 6 has to be negative because that's taking away from her profit. But hold on, we're not there yet. Okay, so her profit is the money she makes. The money she makes. She's not making $6. She's losing 6 because she has to pay for that. Okay? All right. My starting value, Monica, which one of those is my starting value? -6, so I have to go down 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Got to go down 6. Okay, it's really hard to do 75 cents on a graph. Allison was saying this earlier. 75 cents is how many quarters? 75 cents is the same thing as 3/4 out of 4. 3/4 out of 4. So I'm going to start here. Instead of trying to do 75 cents, I'm going to do 3/4. So I would go how? Up 3/4. Up 3/4. All right, last one. Peaches cost $8 per pound, and pears cost $6 per pound at a local farmer's market. The total cost is $48. If X represents peaches and Y represents pears, which of the following gives a function of the graph? Okay, let's just start at the beginning because there's a lot going on here. It says peaches cost $8 per pound. Let's just start with that. Peaches cost $8 per pound. How could I write that? 8x. $8 per pound. Okay? All right, then I have pears cost $6 per pound. No, because what was this? Peaches or pears? This was peaches. 6y. Look, this was peaches and this was pears. They're two different things. You got to use two different letters. Peaches are $8 per pound. Pears are $6 per pound. It also tells you to let x be peaches. So peaches is 8x. And y be pears. So 6y. Okay? All right. Andrea, what's one other number we need on our equation? And what do I put right here, Andrea? Equals 48. All right, guys, before you can graph this, you have to work this one. This one has to be worked out before you can graph it because it's not in the right format. You're going to have to work it out. Haley, how do I work this out? What's the first thing you do? Encircle. Very good. Tamara, what do I do next to work it out? So I minus 8x. And Daniel, what else? All right. So I get y equals 48 divided by 6. Negative 8 divided by 6. Good. We did our math enter button. Negative 4 over 3x. Negative 4 over 3x. Okay, guys, I know these are really hard to see, but which one of these is our starting value?
8.
So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes or no? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Keep it for now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes. Okay. All right. One of these is also definitely not the answer. Which one? C. Why? What's C doing? Going up. What are we doing? We're going down. Okay. So if I start here again, I know you can't really see them on your paper, but I need to go down 4 and over 3. 1, 2, 3, 4 over 3. That looks pretty good. 1, 2, 3, 4 over, let's see, 3 would be there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Yeah, I think, yeah, B is the best one. All right, one on your own.